If you're watching this video right now, we have something in common. We are fellow crypto enthusiasts with the desire to learn about blockchain technology. I am here to share my knowledge, experience, opinion, and past failures to help secure your future investment choices in the crypto world. If this interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you will be notified whenever a new video is released. Before we move forward, please remember that I am not a financial advisor and it is essential that you do your own research. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile, so every decision you make needs to be thoroughly researched by you before any final decisions are made. What's up, everyone out there in the crypto world? This is Dwight with Retro Crypto Channel. It's been a rough, rocky week this week, but you just gotta stand your ground, hold that line. It looks a lot easier in the movies, but it takes a little bit of fortitude, but we can do this. I do not think that the crypto bubble is over. I think there's a lot of gains to be made still. I think it'll be popping. We'll know when it's getting ridiculous. It's already ridiculous, but we're going to know, trust me. And it's not yet. Right here, I have a little excerpt I wanted to read to you guys just as a little motivator and something to think about. Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy only when others are fearful." Now, I want you to just stop, maybe pause it for a second. Think about that, because that means a lot. And right now, everybody's scared. Everybody's running for the woods, or the trees, should I say. And maybe right now is the time you should be looking for those gems, those crypto gems that's hidden in the rough. Now, here's the catch. When you're looking for those crypto gems, be careful who you're getting advice from and be careful who you're listening to. Because one thing I've learned about the crypto world is everybody has ulterior objectives. And maybe that's just life in general, but it's reality. So just be careful where you're getting those gems from. Are those people looking to succeed on you or with you or with them? So it's just something for you to think about there. And it's one of those things I learned the hard way from YouTubers over the last 4 years. And I have a select group that I love to watch and I trust. And there's some I watch, but I do not trust. Just a little thought for you guys. All right, moving on here. I haven't talked about Voyager App, but right now it looks like I'm about to start trading again. So I want to throw it out there at you guys. Voyager App's an awesome app for trading. So I'm going to have a link in my description. It's very user-friendly. It's excellent for beginners. Actually, when it comes to beginners, I suggest Voyager App because it doesn't lock up your tokens and etc. Like was as good as eToro does. You can actually transfer out of Voyager App, so it's really more so of an exchange app. Also, if you click on the link, I get $25 worth of Bitcoin, and you get $25 worth of Bitcoin when you do a minimum of $100 first trade. So, hey, we both win. So I just want to put it out there for what it is. And there will be a link in the description. All right, moving on, guys. All right, let's take a look at this market. Ooh, well, first off, you see I'm using Coin Paprika. I'm trying to pull away from CoinGecko because CoinGecko does not list HEX in the third spot where it should be. Market looks better than it did yesterday. Has it healed? No. That fiasco going on in China right now, what is it, Gardenia? I believe it's Gardenia. Is all over the news. That's why I didn't cover it yesterday. It was like a baby Lehman Brothers. We don't know if that's going to be the Black Swan. I think it scared everybody. Everybody's expecting a Black Swan event where the market's just going to crumble. I don't know if that was enough, but that maybe that was the Enron. For you guys that were around back in 2000, 2001, 2001, if you remember Enron, when Enron went down, then everything went down. So maybe that was the Enron. Like, maybe you should open your eyes up. But I don't think that was Lehman Brothers back in 2007 yet. But yeah, people have overextended themselves with real estate bubble. In my area, I've noticed it, and I kind of proved to my wife that it's changing. I'm starting to see for sale signs up again. So it was so bad where I live that houses were being sold within an hour. Houses should not be sold within an hour with 4 contracts. That's crazy. But anyway, so there's a huge bubble that's going to pop, and Hopefully, you guys are planning accordingly. You got to be smart. Remember, cryptocurrency is high risk, high reward, but high risk. Always remember that. All right, so let's take a look at the market right now. Bitcoin, they're at 42,000. Actually, a lot of complaining going on, but I'm kind of happy with Bitcoin's kind of holding its ground. It's not shooting off to the moon, but nothing should go straight to the moon, really. Not at these numbers. And it's at 42,234. I'm not complaining. Ethereum's doing all right. You know, I'm not a fan of Ethereum. HEX, HEX as usual is doing better than everybody else, but nobody talks about HEX. I do not understand. All right, Tether's a stable coin basically. Not it is a stable coin. Cardano's been up for a rough ride lately. I was talking to a young gentleman last night, and he was panicking a bit, and I was kind of trying to convince him to kind of hold the line, but get rid of some of your more so riskier holdings. You know, the ones that may have been your chance to get a Lambo, but now you might not even be able to get a Ford Escort with it because it's just dropping. You might want to get out of those right now. See, Binance Coin. Binance Coin is Binance Coin. XRP, it might be a good time to start stacking up on your XRP. Changelly is a good direction, location to go for that. Solana has such a big boom. It's hard to say what they're going to do, but I definitely have Solana in my bag. I have a very decent sized chunk of Solana, and I'm still up from when I purchased it, but I really should have. I made a mistake. Here's an example of a mistake. I purchased Solana at $112. I wanted to sell it at $200, $210. I tried to sell it, but I had it staked. I then realized that, it takes like 4 days to unstake with Solana. By then it dropped down to 180, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait till it goes back up again. So I'm almost back to where I started with Solana, but I feel comfortable because I believe in that project. That is a real project. Now the problem with Solana is it's a very centralized project. Don't be fooled. The way they shut down that their blockchain the other week, if something is decentralized, how can you just hit an on-off switch? Just something for you to think about. That's what makes Bitcoin special. Nobody can just hit an on-off switch for it. And if their change comes, everybody has to agree to move forward with that change. But just something for you guys to think about out there about Solana and understand the difference from centralized versus decentralized. Dogecoin, they're constantly going down, guys. I would be very careful gambling with Dogecoin. It's just a meme coin. It probably has another pump left out of it this year, but I would be very careful with them. USD, there's no reason to talk about. Polkadot, it's probably a good buy point for Polkadot in my opinion. Avalanche, more than likely a good buy point. Uniswap, I'm kind of bored with Uniswap. That's just me. Terra Luna, I really don't know much about Terra Luna. I really don't know. I can't say either or. Litecoin, I keep hearing good things, and I keep seeing Litecoin being listed by people like they're going to accept Litecoin now. Like AMC Theaters, I believe, said that they're going to accept Litecoin, if I'm not mistaken. But Litecoin, it kind of got left out in the lurch after the last bull run, and I don't understand the fascination with Litecoin. It could have been something more than it was. I forgot his name. Was it Sun? It wasn't Sun. I forgot the gentleman's name, but he took and pulled out all of it, and like all the development stopped in that process. But number 18 stock Cosmos. I missed that one. Oh yeah, Cosmos. I would look into Cosmos numbers are actually. I didn't realize they bumped up that much. Yeah, Cosmos is definitely worth looking into. Everybody keeps saying that that people have not realized the potential in Cosmos, so it's definitely something to look into. Chainlink, I've heard big things, but I'm just not seeing it. And yeah, that's about it. And Polygon, biggest problem I got with Polygon, honestly, Matic, is that it not your crypto, not your coins. Apparently, Matic Polygon has master keys, so that's how they could get hacked if it was to ever happen. It could be an inside job, but somebody could literally walk away with everything. So I'll pull my money out of Matic. All right, let's jump forward, guys. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick here. Bitcoin right now, I have it on the 2-hour chart here. The RSI, it's just sitting in the middle. It's nothing special. It's not being oversold. It's not being underbought either. Right now, it looks like it is flatlining a little bit. So maybe this is the point where it's going to hold the line at 42,125. Now, this, if you look at the bottom of this chart here, it goes back a decent ways, and it looks like it's holding right there. So if we're lucky, nah, no, it's not. Sorry, guys, I had to expand it. I don't know. Hopefully, it holds the line, but as you, it would. Let's take a look at this real quick here. So it is. It's starting to creep up on the moving, the 20-day moving average. So I think it's a chance that this is the floor for it. It's always possible that it's not, but I think it's a good chance this is the floor for it. Just keep a close eye on it if you were planning on buying into it. This might be the point that people can re-enter the market if you chose to sell when it was dropping like crazy. HEX as always is performing better than everybody else. It blows my mind, and nobody talks about HEX. It's like a conspiracy against it. And somebody the other day, I did a message, and they were like, "HEX is a scam." I'm like, "Oh wow, that's awesome!" Because I went through 4 years of my coworkers all telling me that Bitcoin is a scam, and then for the last 4 to 6 months, I've had all my coworkers, a ton of coworkers, asking me how to get into the market with tons of questions about it, and HEX is looking like it's the real deal. I'm very heavily invested in HEX. I've done the best with HEX. I am officially a Hexican. Ton of information on HEX on Twitter. If you have not looked into HEX, I suggest that you go to hex.com and start to really learn about what HEX has to offer. Now, since we're on HEX, let's jump over to hex.vision.com. I was thinking the best way, well, it's not .com, it's hex.vision. But I'm thinking the best way to start pushing hex.vision and all of the apps they offer is every day I'm going to try to learn how to do something new. So today I am looking at the chart on hex.vision, and we can see I went under staking, and I see on 9/22/2021 there were 799 stakes opened. Circulating HEX is 572 billion. And they actually laughed at Richard Hart with his original numbers because they'll never even pass a penny. And here we are well past, well, I mean, we're past 40 cents. I mean, it speaks for itself. Also, another thing that I was playing with, so right here you can see that with the staking. And then here I went to, what did I go to? Come on. I feel dumb now. Sorry, guys. I went to penalties. So right here you can see the penalties. And I set the date, a little tricky to figure out, but it's not hard once you understand what it's doing. And I just set it for like the 24-hour period. And you can see there was 1,593,078 penalties in the last 24 hours for early staking. And then that will be distributed amongst all of the HEX holders, stakers, holders, yada, yada, yada. So, actually stakers. But you can see that it's a pretty cool tool. And you get to see what's going on with the market. I think the true thing that makes HEX special than everything else is you stake it. So it's held up in the bank. So you just don't panic sell it. Because if you panic sell, then you have to pay a penalty. So if you could, like Richard Hart said, if you could figure out a way to stop people from panic selling, it'll explode. And Richard Hart's correct. And wait till Pulse Chain comes out, guys. This is going to be huge. Now, here's a bit of big news about HEX that I managed to miss. I'm kind of embarrassed. Yahoo's old school. You got to be probably in your late 30s or your 40s to appreciate, maybe early 30s. You got to be in your 30s to appreciate Yahoo. Yahoo was really big back in the day. They were the predecessor before Google. But Yahoo actually listed HEX in their cryptocurrencies in this correct market cap spot, which I think is big news. Now, here's the catch with this. This helps out when you have older people, like a lot of like people like in their 50s, late 40s, mid 40s. I mean, they're not necessarily the most tech savvy, but they know Yahoo. They've been using it for years. They're comfortable with it. they'll come in here and they'll see HEX, the name recognition kicks in. They'll question his product. They'll start wondering why they don't see it anywhere else. But I just came aware. It became my nephew made me aware of this yesterday actually. And I was like, how the heck did I miss this? And he said, oh yeah, that happened like 2 weeks ago. So just want to let everybody know that's a bit of good news. And moving on. Cardano, love Cardano. Cardano. I'm a loyal Cardanian. I love Cardano. Not Richard Hart. I'm sorry. Charles Hoskinson sold me on this project years ago, and I've just been a fan of his. I've always listened to his AMAs. He does awesome AMAs on YouTube. If you don't know that, but looking at the chart right now, I'm just going to hold a line. It's dropped significantly. The high point was 307. Right now it's floating at 212. Is it a good buy-in? I don't know. Why? Because yesterday it dropped down to all the way down to $1.89. Now this is what happens, guys. The people who sold out yesterday because they panic sold, they got shook out. Say you were at 223, you're like, oh no, it's dropped down to 218. I'm just going to back out. And now it dropped all the way down to here. And then today you woke up, you're like, I'm gonna buy back in at 205. You see how it happens, and you actually lose. And you got to be really careful with that. Now, granted, a lot of people last crypto market rode the wave all the way down. And I mean all the way down. I was one of them. But I brought in on December 2019 the all high point of Bitcoin, and I rode it all the way down to about 3,400, I believe. But I was buying the whole way down, so the ride back up has been pretty sweet. But just be careful. Don't get shooken out by every crazy market moment. We definitely appears to be slipping into a little bit of a bear market or a bear trap. Just be careful, all right? I don't think it's over by a long shot. All right, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. If you go to Cardano, if you just go on your computer and you type in Cardano, let's see if I can see Cardano cube. Bear with me 1 second. I should have started from their site. All right, if you go to Cardano.org, at the top of it, you'll see Cardano Summit 2021. If you click on that, it'll allow you to register for their upcoming summit. Their entire summit is online due to COVID. Last year was huge. This year, I'm fairly certain it's going to be mind-blowing. So I really suggest that you guys register. I'll have a link for this down in the description, along with the Voyager App link. Moving on. Oh, by the way, I'm expecting a ridiculous amount of projects releasing their date that they're going active on Cardano at this summit, and it's just going to explode. I have very high hopes. All right, Solana. I just got done talking about my FUBAR with Solana, but I'm just going to hold the ground, my stance on them. They are offering a lot that other projects aren't offering, but that may change come this weekend with Cardano Summit. I don't know, but we will find out. I think it's this weekend. Yeah, it's this weekend. Sorry, guys. All right, now let's jump forward. Let's jump into the news. All right, Coinbase to propose crypto regulations to U.S. officials. This is what sources says. Coinbase is said to be working on a pitch to federal regulators on how to oversee the crypto industry. Crypto exchange Coinbase is preparing to pitch a proposed regulatory framework to federal officials. The exchange plans to publicly roll out this proposal in coming days, according to sources familiar with the regulatory discussions. Details of the proposal were not available at the press time, but among other matters, the company intends to argue that should and should not be defined as security within the U.S. News comes after, quote unquote, after Coinbase announced it was ceasing plans to offer a crypto lending product, which the Securities and Exchange Commission said would violate security laws. Earlier this month, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal and CEO Brian Armstrong revealed that SEC had sent a Wells notice to the exchange, which said regulators would sue Coinbase should it lend product, which is DeFi. So basically, the SEC is going after DeFi and stablecoins. So DeFi was supposed to be the explosion. I don't know how it's going to end, but the U.S. government is the only government screwing with cryptocurrency because they are panicking, because all of this does affect the U.S. dollar. Why should people have the opportunity to invest in a product that's going to offer 10% yield a year, 20%, or they can just go to their local bank and get 0.01%. And it's unfortunate, guys. I'm an American citizen. I love my country, but it's ridiculous and it's not fair. The rich want to keep the rich richer and the poor poor. I'm sorry, I said it. It's true. All right, let's keep it rolling. All right, SEC Gensler calls stablecoin poker chips at the Wild West crypto casino. SEC chair also compared the crypto boom to the wildcat banking era of 19th century, saying the history tells us the private forms of money don't last long. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission SEC chairman Gary Gensler, I'm really not liking this guy named Gensler, he's killing me, doubled down on his position that his agency has robust authority to regulate the cryptocurrency industry, stating in a conversation with the Washington Post Tuesday that most cryptocurrencies have attributes of securities. Gensler also discussed stablecoins, which have become a growing area of concern among federal regulators. Gensler told the Washington Post that the SEC is currently putting together a report about stablecoins under the guidance of the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. He also said that SEC is working with banking regulators in order to get expanded authority from Congress to regulate stablecoins. So in this article, basically they're going after the stablecoins because the stablecoins emulate the exact value of the U.S. dollar. Here's the catch, though: a stablecoin can be transferred for little to no. You could transfer 100 million stablecoins for next to nothing, literally transferred overseas. Probably costs under $100 if significantly less than that, tell you the truth. It's been done. But if you were to go to your bank as a business and transfer that, guarantee you try to transfer that overseas to a different, country, you're talking like a 10% fee. You can do the math on that, and that is a fact. Nobody talks about this stuff no more because everybody's not really worried about the technology and advancements with cryptocurrency. Everybody's just trying to get rich quick. I mean, I want a Lambo, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Why was crypto created? I mean, let's talk about the core stuff. Nobody does that anymore. But maybe I need to do a video to talk about some of the core reasons that really attracted me to crypto. All right, let's keep it rolling. All right, roughly $11,800,000 worth of Bitcoin stolen from DeFi platform in the latest crypto hack. Cross-chain decentralized finance DeFi platform says it lost millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to hackers. P Network, which allows the teleporting of any digital assets to different blockchains, says in a tweet that an attacker stole 277 Bitcoin wrapped as PBTC on the Binance Smart Chain. We're sorry to inform the community that the attacker was able to leverage a bug in our code base and attack PDTC or BSC, stealing 277 Bitcoin. Most of it is collateral. The other bridges were not affected. All their funds, P Network, are safe. The total value of the haul is approximately 11.84 million, with Bitcoin trading at 42,735. All right, so basically, as I keeps preaching, this is proof. Not your crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. So this could be Celsius, theoretically. Celsius Network, when you give it to them, you're handing over your crypto keys. So if Celsius was to be hacked, you could lose everything. I'm not bad-mouthing Celsius. I actually love their product. I just feel uncomfortable because it's not insured. And if it is, somebody please school me so I can stop bad-mouthing. I'm going to transfer my money back over there, to be honest. But if it's not, just be careful. If you don't own those keys to that crypto, it's not in a private wallet, then it's not yours. Even on Voyager App, the one I was talking about, I mean, they allow you to transfer the crypto out of their app, which I really consider them an exchange. They allow you to transfer out of the app, but then it's up to you to create a wallet. Like Exodus, I would suggest for a super novice, like just getting started. But you really need to get a Ledger wallet and do it right. A Ledger wallet. Just type in Ledger Nano or Ledger X, I believe. I'll put some links in here, I guess. But you really need to utilize a Ledger. If you don't know, if you go anywhere on the internet and type in Ledger, it'll tell you all you need to know. But that's how you keep your crypto safe. You store it on a blockchain with an encrypted wallet, so that, and you got to have that wallet in order to access it. If you're not doing that, you're always going to be at risk. Another one is Trezor. It's Trezor. That's another wallet. But remember, if you don't own those keys, you don't own that crypto. That goes for if you bought something on Coinbase. Now, I have heard that Coinbase wallet, you actually do have those keys, so that's a cool thing. So Coinbase wallet, with the wallets they're offering, you should be good to go. But at the same time, it's still only half as good as if you had a ledger. So let's say you got, I don't know, let's say, $5,000. $5,000 is a lot. Say you got $5,000 and you're going to go for it, but spend $50 to secure the funds properly with a ledger. You know what I mean? But anyway, as I digress, as my wife always says to me, because I just run my mouth. So I'm gonna keep it rolling. Here we go. All right. SEC registrants seek DeFi and physically backed Bitcoin ETF approval. And every time, this was this was actually 4 years ago. I was like, that's when the bubbles coming or whatever. That's all everybody kept. When the ETF is approved, everything's just going to skyrocket. When it's going to approve, it's going to skyrocket. When in the U.S., I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired of hearing YouTubers talk about this. Let it go. When it happens, it happens. The world has accepted Bitcoin cryptocurrencies here to stay. It's just a matter of who, where, and when. But like El Salvador, it's legal tender. I just saw an article. Ukraine was looking into it. It's done. It's here to stay. Cryptocurrency here to stay. Now, the Wild West part of the market, that's going to change, guys. How IDOs are released and stable coins and all this and that, that's got to get fine-tuned, because I ain't going to lie, some of this stuff technically, potentially can be considered securities. Now, what the SEC says is soon, they can't really shut them down, but they can sue them for a nice chunk of money, and it depends on the size of the project. For example, XRP. But anyway, I'm keep it moving. Talking a lot today. Nothing there for Twitter. Sorry, guys. Nothing there. Okay, so yeah, that's everything for today. Please remember, take a peek at that Voyager app. I think it's cool stuff. If you do choose to get it, you get $25 when you put your first $100 in, and I get $25. So it helps pay for this channel and all this effort I'm trying to put into it. Remember this, guys. Stay blessed, stay happy, and most of all, stay profitable.